actually not come up until the 3rd.
Yeah.
Like, they're sort of going to tease each other. Are you going to open the Fanny? Are you going to open the Fanny? We're not going to open the Fanny.
Yeah, Fanny becomes the...
Oh! It is a high-low ban.
high-low. See?
Okay.
So not the Hayabusa. So it's clear. Team Malaysia was attacking Saison.
Yeah.
Now, Team Philippines attacking Gorgeous.
Yeah. That's the question I posed, right? What happens if you take these heroes away from Gorgeous?
Yeah.
And also, it's another mind game in the jungle.
Good ban. by the
Fanny's still
Philippines.
open.
Come on, Fanny 3rd. Ban something else right now. So you're not looking to ban out the first pick? Maybe they're looking to... okay. They decide, no, let's not delay. Let's take out the Fanny now. So the Alpha Suyo trade is activated. Are they going to commit either another crazy ban into the Valentina or maybe even Hilda? If it's not the Hilda, they could pinch another one of the big... How do I call this? Flex, the Edith, potentially. Because if they ban out the Valentina here, that's an easy Edith pickup for Malaysia in the first 2.
Yeah, something tells me Edith comes out second phase.
Yeah.
Whether ban or pick. So you're fine. I think first phase, they would stick to the homework.
It's so eerie. This entire vibe is eerie. They're taking so long.
Stick to the fundamental bans.
Harith banned out by the Philippines.
Away from Loliel.
Really respecting the Harith of Loliel here. I mean, are you going to give the chip to a Filipino team now?
Oh, that's
Is
never
the
happened.
question. Because if the chip is open, then the Alpha Suyo trade opens up the possibilities. He's open again. Let's see if the Filipinos will decide to pick it up.
You go chip and you give Alpha Suyo, doesn't matter. They can't take both. Oh no, Coach Pao faced here with a bevy of decisions that he's never had to make before. Like, as a Filipino, we've never seen chip open.
I think now maybe... Part of me is still saying just go ahead and steal the Alpha away. And my thought process earlier, I thought that maybe Philippines would consider just picking up the Suyo. It's Kyle Teasy. It is.
Oh, there it
The
is.
Suyo. Yeah. So they can go Suyo here,
Alpha.
then
Alpha.
Alpha.
X.
Yeah.
Alpha Hilda.
You go Alpha Edith or Alpha Valen. I feel like a
Knowing
Valentina
Gorgeous,
Storm.
wouldn't you want a comfortable pick on him?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I think Alpha Hilda.
Yeah, maybe Alpha Hilda then, if that's the case.
It's Alpha X.
It's
What-
got to be Alpha, right?
Here's
It's not a plot twist and then they don't
There's-
pick up the Alpha.
There's no need for Malaysia to rush the Alpha. I don't think
You're
the
right.
Philippines would do anything. Would be so crazy to put Alpha in Fernandez's hands.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they don't need to rush it because you can pick it 3rd, pick up power picks right now. You can go Edith for Yumes again, but nope, it is Yumes. You put him on the signature choke, get the pressure in the jungle, and it's pressure in the jungle for the first 2 picks right away from Malaysia. So, for the Philippines, are you gonna take away the Valentina? Make sure that Stormy doesn't end up with it. Valentina and Cho will outpoke a lot of centerpieces. Valentina Kali look good.
Then again, this is the MDL winning championship squad. So I don't think it's out of their playbook to just steal the Alpha, throw it into the hands of Fernandez and call it a day. We've seen XP lane Alphas do good.
Yeah?
Nope, never mind. Not gonna happen.
The answer though from the Philippines.
They do steal the Val.
Jawhead Valentina. So we're going signature pick after signature pick for both of these teams.
Yeah.
But yet they still have not answered it. Do you think this Jawhead is the answer to the Hilda aggression? Or do they need a different solution?
Well, it matches the aggression that a Cho can dish out because you can get tossed. The poke of a Jawhead Valentina is really great as well. It would be a massive swerve if Malaysia suddenly goes tanky in the jungle. That's going to surprise the Philippines, and that Jawhead pick is now going to start thinking about its own existence. But this still might most likely be an Alpha. Jawhead will turn off the potential Ling. Lings historically struggle up against the Jawhead roam. Any assassin. What if they surprise and suddenly just go and plop in Hayabusa and not even make it Alpha Suyo? But of course, why not? It's Alpha Suyo! You go for Alpha!
It has
Yeah.
to be. So now expecting Philippines to attack Stormy.
Does
Pan out-
Malaysia want to ban Uranus though?
Oh, we don't have any precedents just yet for the Uranus on the side of the Philippines.
But the 3 heroes right now in red don't have the right damage profile to deal with the Uranus. So maybe,
Yeah.
just to be safe, do it now. Or do it in red 5. Doesn't matter, red 5 ban.
Yeah, could be a little bit later. Again, if ever the Uranus pops for the Philippines later, it's it's not going to be a fault for Malaysia to not ban it out because, again, they don't have history on it. So they go ahead and take out the 1-1 instead. Again, 1-1s are not necessarily the happiest, but they don't worry that much about the choke compared to other marksmen because they already have the innate Purify in their second skill. So Aurora getting respected, so now they're pinning down on Stormy's best possible picks.
They can attack Stormy in blue 4, and then blue 5 attack Lolial again. Really make it difficult.
Malaysia, they can still pick up something like the Luo Yi.
Yes, that was also in my head as well, that the Philippines might actually consider banning that out in the 5th pick. 5th ban. If they don't ban out the Luo Yi, then that's Philippines saying, oh, you know what, go ahead and pick it up. EXP. I wish I knew what the Gorgeous was saying there. It seems like he's giving assurance to the...
He seems very confident.
Guys,
yeah,
what do you guys think about this? What if Faramis pops up for Malaysia? That's exactly what the Philippines did to Indonesia against the Suyo.
This looks like a really good Faramis 3 though. These first 3?
Yeah.
Solid on Faramis.
And it's not rare, it is quite rare, but it has happened where teams would still pick up a Faramis even though they know there's a Valentina on the other side.
Yeah.
But the problem with picking up the Faramis in number 4, it could go into number 5, depending on what Philippines picks in their EXP. Because right now the EXP laner for the Philippines needs to be tanky. It needs to be the front. Because the Jawheads pick off type. You're up against the Hilda, the Alpha, the Choke. The front line of the Philippines is losing currently. At this point, they're stuck with either a Gata Gacha or a Terizla for the sheer tankiness alone.
There you go. They read into the Luo Yi situation. Not going to happen. So you're only looking at the Vex or a Faramis. Unless there's something up the sleeve of Stormy that's going to shock the world.
If they want amazing wave clear, Lily is an option.
That will put the pressure on to whatever tanky EXP laner the Philippines decides to pick.
Lily's good too.
Great for late game if ever they're forced into the corner to go into there. Gold laner for Lolial. I mean, Bruno's one of his usual go-tos. Up against the Jawhead.
Yeah,
Trying to think of the potential tanky EXP laners that he might be up against. And they might go Magic and... I mean, Nathan's still open.
Nathan's open. Lunox is open. There's a Faramis.
Hell of a predict there, Eternal. Good call. And they still do pick into it. They said, we don't need to wait. In terms of what's left in the EXP lane, they do not have enough.
Does the Philippines go Melissa? Melissa's so good against the 3 here.
Yeah. Maybe even slightly better than Claw, but it's very team fight heavy. You're deciding to go pure team fight up against a lineup that is right now, or even most likely going to win in team fights, even if you go tanky with the EXP laner here.
Is Melissa still a really good lane bully? Or has Clint taken that mantle?
We don't know because we don't see what Lolial's picking.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, generally, Melissas are happy to lane bully.
Yeah, so
Generally.
Team Philippines has to take a shot in the dark if they're going to commit hard on the Melissa. But no, it's the Irithel
Yeah.
and the Gatot.
Yeah, it was just a Gato to Terizla and then
XP
the Irithel
Gatot.
here. A lot of pressure on this Jawhead. A lot of pressure on this Jawhead because Malaysia can just go pure Snowball, just go Bruno here even. Give Saison a taste of his own medicine, then surprise with a Brody maybe, but they can just go big chunky damage each basic attack type of gold laner. If they want to be a little bit more patient with it, then they can afford to go for the more DPS attack speed build. But hell, Bruno Brody, I would not be mad.
What about the Moskov?
If they want a little bit more
Technically,
coverage.
it's a little bit more defensive as
Yeah.
a gold laner.
That's true.
It
And
doesn't lean hard into the early game advantage Malaysia has now.
there's a chance you could also punish the Jawhead entry with a Moskov. Yeah, nice one. Faramis and Moskov. Great call.
Championship point right now, the grand finals. Defending champions Philippines versus Malaysia. Once again, I'm Naisu, joined here with Mirko to bring you game number 2 in this best of 3 championship game and series. Mirko, let's talk about the draft again. Just get a refresher because it took a minute to get back into the land of Dawn.
Yeah, based on the draft, man, Malaysia definitely have a bit of an upper edge here. The way that they can play the game, very aggressive all the way from the start, early control. Just like we've seen, I think the meta has kind of shifted to a pure early to mid game focused composition every single time, right? Those early to mid compositions usually do so much better. But Honestly, it's really good from Philippines as well because they also do have that early aggression to play with. That's why first turtle is going to be massive. Whoever gets it first should have a massive advantage coming into the game, especially as we get into the mid game here. And you can already see the Suyo prioritization for first pick here is doing well. We were expecting that maybe because of the hot picks, because of the nerf, the Hilda could try to go for the invades early, but no, Suyo still looking good.
Yeah, it doesn't happen, and part of that too, again, you have to look at the fact that, you know, we talked about maybe the potential for these kind of longer team fights going on, and that is the 2 revitalizes, right? One for each team. The typical thing we're seeing with the Faramis, you have that NetherRealm, and then you have the Valentina for Galantes, so he's probably going to be taking that as well. So these are going to be very extended team fights that eventually break out once especially these objectives are up. And then you have to kind of paint the picture of, all right, you've got 2 roamers who can be playmaking potential, and who is going to be able to set that foot first. You know, who gets that momentum going first. And oftentimes when you look at it, you know, I would say Yums is going to have the work cut out for him a little bit more because obviously you can misangle the kick, right? You misangle that way the dragon, whereas again, Gomez can just kind of jump on in, unstoppable force, and then, you know, toss someone over his head if he wants to. It's a little bit easier to pull off. Turtle's gonna start up though.
Fernandez getting taunt down as well. Yums, Jikudo, good revitalize, already used up Skies. Oh, good ejector over to Skies still. Good red tree from Saison, securing it, an AOG from Fernandez. Turtle 1 taken by Philippines.
Nice and easy and clean. You know, we saw this also last game too. Relatively, you know, slower pace than what we've seen in previous matches. But with the first objective secured, again, that's just gonna give a very small advantage. Nothing too crazy just yet. Gomez providing the information on where the pathing is for Skies, and, you know, Stormy and Yums definitely going to go and help protect him up. But that's the thing, Yums is almost level 4. Wow, look at the damage.
Critical just now, unstoppable force, ejector, and the execute from Saison. First blood. This early aggression. Skies right in the bush. Together with Yums, Galantes does have the NetherRealm, and Skies will not go for the Spear of Alpha just yet.
Okay, furthering that advantage that I was just talking about. You know, and this is what I was saying. Gomez can just go ahead and unstoppable force and then ejector, and that's what he's going to be doing time and time again. For Yums, he's got to make it work. He's got to find those angles, and that's one of the difficult parts about making this work, where, again, he's got to rely, too, possibly most of the time, having Stormy alongside him, you know, just in case he gets caught out a little bit. But nothing too crazy. Malaysia's been in this position before. They'll go ahead and just try to find a guaranteed pick-off if they can find it. Galantes, like I said, will hold on to that NetherRealm the majority of the time. I'm not sure if there's anything else he might take over.
Look at the rotation, man. They've essentially shut down Gojas already once now. They're actually looking to go to play amongst Gojas again. Unstoppable force into the ejector, into the stun of Saison and the taunt as well. Waiting on NetherRealm from Stormy. Gojas will be able to survive. That's a big ult, though.
That's a lot. Not only the ult, right? The ult is used. They get the Revitalize out from Gojas. And all this was the timing of the Turtle, right? Turtle's going to be up in less than 10 seconds. And so they get at least an ultimate out of it. Stormy might have it back up depending on how they delay this. But it looks like they just might give the Turtle up. You know, look for a play elsewhere. They're kind of falling behind when it comes to these a little bit of decisions at the macro level. So Saison secures that second Turtle. Gojas could be in trouble.
Again, unstoppable force up top, the ejector. Now Gojas gonna be eliminated again. Saison goes in for the blades of the Soul Sever and snipes him down up top.
The fadeaway.
The fadeaway clean. And just like we were talking about, Naisu, early game is where you want to be ahead, right? Having the control in the early game. Turtle number 1, we were talking about how prio Turtle number 1 is going to be, and Philippines got both the first Turtles.
Yeah, they got both of them, and you know, this is already a little bit different in terms of what we saw in the previous game, because you know, these minor things that are happening in this early portion of the game, they all stack up. And that's what they're going for. You know, they're stacking up these Turtles. They're stacking up a couple of kills if they can find them. And that's also off the back of Gomez. Gomez able to get off that pick-off potential where Yums, you know, we haven't been able to see him do it yet. And again, that's the struggle of where is that window of opportunity for Yums? How can he actually get in position to get the proper kickoff? And if you think of it, who is he going to weigh in the Dragon? Even if he kicks Galantes, there's another realm that Galantes pretty much has 24/7. And so that is the difficult thing we have to see them do. Gojas has been struggling as well. Just gets that first item locked in. Look at the play here under the tier 1.
Well, Loli already forced to use the Purify, gets a Spear of Misery onto Galantes and Torres. But again, for Loli, it's all about just surviving in this lane. Against the Iritho, we were talking about how it's a skill matchup, and so far Torres has definitely gotten the dub here in the lane department. Galantes on the Valentina. It's definitely going to be a big threat as we get into the mid-game here, Naisu. We know just how oppressive a Valentina can be, especially when you get the snowball going, and it's a turret up top taken by Saison, accompanied by Gomez, just to open up the map a bit more, and turtle number 3 is going to be spawning in the bottom lane.
All right, turtle number 3. You know, we see this time around if Malaysia can actually contest this. But I think given the way things have gone, man, unless they get a pick-off started where they get this advantage, they're going to have a very difficult time approaching this. Fernandez charging up, the Unbreakable goes for Yumes.
It's just a taunt onto Yumes. They know the real target is Skies. So Gomez, he looked to go for Skies. Fernandez is there as well. Pops in Revitalize as well, trying to bait out a few of those abilities. You can see the true damage, even with the AOG, not enough. Galantes popping in the realm. Yumes able to go in for the way to Dragon and Jikundo into the back, only finding Torres though, still with a heavy crossbow, able to trade it out. Now Gomez in the midst of it all, dealing a lot of damage, and it's Gomez taken down by Stormy. It's Loliel on the turtle, Saison failing the dash, and it will be Loliel who will secure the turtle. Saison going back to his own jungle and conceding that turtle.
All right, that was a little messy, but hey, Malaysia gets quite a bit in the exchange. They also get the turtle, they get a couple kills. There's a jump in. Avatar of the Guardian not going to land, but Saison, are they going to chase? Taunt.
Taunt over to stun him down. Saison might want to go for it, but notices Yumes is right there with the conceal. Good pressure from Malaysia.
You know, part of that too, again, is the fact that they're playing around those timings, and they did a really good job. You pointed this out before the fight actually broke out, where they knew the right target.
Yep.
And that's all they have to do. Sometimes it's more so of what can we bait out, whether that's the battle spells, whether that's even a Revitalize. It can turn the tide of these fights. And the way Malaysia approached that last objective shows that, you know, even though they were down in the early game and they've got a couple thousand gold to build up on, they're relatively still a threat to lineup that the Philippines brought to this game. Yumes picking up another defensive item, has that harass now, and he's able to actually get in a position maybe where he just gets the kickoff. He takes a couple shots, but it's all right because he's got now some of the defensiveness that he needs to land it. And earlier, you saw who he kicked, right? He got Torres right when he needed to, which gave the space for them to take the objective. So Philippines will have to go with the adjustments on how they approach the next phase of this game.
That's the way to Dragon. Revitalize used up. Netherrealm 2. Fernandez displaced completely away from Netherrealm though. Galantes still able to dash away. Now Fernandez AOG just in time to escape. Galantes picks up the Starlium site in the 8th minute of the game.
All right, Fernandez had to use a lot to survive. Luckily he does. But again, you're 15 seconds away from the Lord coming up, and Malaysia has looked like they've gotten the pendulum in their favor, at least for now. Yumes puts the pressure there, of course. They want to get this tier 1, open up the map a little bit for this. It looks like they will get it. The poke, you got to respect it. Good push up top as well from Saison. They have not been able to answer him just yet. And this is what he loves to do. You know, whether it's the Nolan, whether it's the Suyo, he'll push the other side of the map. And so Malaysia will constantly have to worry about that. But now that Lord's up, this is where you can go ahead, put Loliel there, let him go ahead and push that. Wave and do his thing and just SOD, and Saison gets the Blade of Destruction. He's got that available to him, so now they have to just go and claim their space around this Lord take. Being that the first one, again, either team can go ahead and prioritize that if they want to, but relatively take their time. Skies will go ahead and get in position, and again, it's up to, we'll see this, conceal.
Again, leave it to Jikundo with the flicker, able to find it, but it is going to be purified out of it. Fernandez now with AOG, unable to survive. Galantes a bit late with the Netherrealm 2. Gomez early went for the ejector. Galantis caught in the midst of it all. Young's chasing him. Jiku, no. Loyal's clearing him in. Saison in the midst of it all. Trying to deal damage, but it's not going to be enough to take anyone down. Blinks out the safety spear of Alpha from Skies. Gomez low.
He gets in into the turret, takes a couple shots and has to back off. Skies will still be alive and he doesn't go down, but this is a position now for Malaysia to start the Lord.
2-4-0 trade for Malaysia. And you can see the health bars. They played that so well. Crisp, clean execution as they secure the first Lord of the game.
Man, oh man, Malaysia playing these team fights so well. A lot of times it's just even responding on the fly. Again, it was great from Gomez. You know, he got the injector off and set things up. But again, the response, and I don't know how, man, but Sky surviving that, even being thrown into the turret. How many times have these Malaysian players gotten away with just a sliver of HP? Even earlier, you know, we saw Saison go right in positioning, soul severs on what, 3 members, I think it was, of Malaysia, but then gets shoved into the wall, right? Because Lolio was there on that Moskov. And that just played a part. Again, you have to watch out for these choke points in the jungle. And so Gojez, after experiencing that early game, he's ready to go ahead and just provide that vision and push people off of these objectives on the map. Fernandez gonna go in, doesn't choose to go in with the Unbreakable, but they still gotta deal with this Lord now. They're gonna lose a lot of these tier 2 turrets now on the map. Philippines, what can they do here? Are they actually gonna force a fight themselves? Or do they just clear out, take the discipline route, mid lane?
Lane costly something for Blink out there. Oh, great Netherrealm from Stormy again, saving Yums with a sliver of HP up top. Fernandez is holding the Lord down, not letting it hit the Holy Defense, but in the end, he's gonna have to sacrifice the Holy Defense. Galantes clearing out together with Gomez. And to answer your question, I feel like at this point, they just gotta do housekeeping. They gotta start defending again. Gomez is walking up though. Maybe looking for a fight. Skies right there in the bush. They're about to actually go for the connection there. Gomez still has the unstoppable force. Slowly already using Fear of Misery. Yums again with the weighted dragon. The Jiku no flinker finds it smart. SOD to the back. Lolio going wild. A taunt as well, but Purify Animal with nature helps him out again. Yums walks up with the Jiku no. Lolio's an absolute beast, forcing Fernandez to AOG defensively. Galantis chased down in the bottom lane. Gojez will keep on pressuring him, forcing out the Revitalize, and now going to mid.
Oh, that was enough pressure to go. They're gonna get the mid turret. They got a wave pushing in. There's no way they clear this and end this game just yet.
Spear of Alpha into the back. Galantis taken down. Another realm's right there. Saison trying desperately to clear out the waves in the very same grounds that they won. It's Riyadh previously for Malaysia. It is Riyadh again for Malaysia.
Malaysia does it again. The strategies, the play style, the synergy that this team has shown, even when they meet adversity, man, they come together.